brought out the 12 tribes again, Slakia. Yeah. Arya, yes. Yeah. Slakia. Elder Arya. And then, you know, and then on down to Apostle Tahar. Right?
Yeah,
Apostle
pure.
Tahar, right? That's what, which means pure. Right? These are the same people that you read of in the Bible, man. They come back here again to do the works of the Lord. You know, to do the bidding of Yahweh. They're heralds of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, and we're part of the fruits of that.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of the Most High.
That's us, man. That's everybody's here. At one point, we're all strangers. You know, it's like a 2/3, man. Because at one point, I was a 2/3 lot. You know, probably walking by and saying, "Hey, man, guys," you know what I mean? You know, guys are racist, right?
And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, and Mashiach Yahushua himself being the chief cornerstone. So that was just explained, right? What the elder brought out. He showed you the lineage and the breakdown on when it started.
Yeah.
Right?
Because these are what you're basically saying is the same time when you read, like in, I think it's in Book Chronicles. Oh no, Slakia. When we came out of Egypt and so forth, and it talks about the certain ranks of the certain men, and then you read it again, I think in Nahum, when we came out of certain captivities. These are the same men that you know, it goes over your head, but when you get more enlightened in this truth, then you know that, oh, these are these same men, but you won't know who's who. You know, that'll be established in the kingdom of heaven.
In whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord, in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of the Most High through the Spirit. And it was through the Spirit that we all met too.
That's right.
Yeah. I was getting a haircut. I was at a barbershop, man. This brother right here, Malak, was going to the same barbershop, and I was on some IUIC bullshit. Right? Oh, yeah, man, I'm on a purple garment, and yeah. And his brother here say, hey, man, I don't know, him and Gabar. The most of Malak, though, 4 o'clock at night, in the morning, Malak, because the night owl, you know what I mean? Hey, brother, man, I'm like, nah, you can line your beard up. Nah, brother, you can't do that. I'm going to go to the script right here. I'm like, no, yeah. And I'll pray you up, man. I was going to haircut, man. His brother came and, you know what I mean, and put me out of madness.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to, for the record, what the brothers were just talking about, right? The elder mentioned some good things, and in Zechariah 4, it shows you basically the two olive trees, right? Which really also represents the 12 tribes when you go into it, and the order of how things are done. And it talks about the high priest and so forth like that, Zechariah, and then it goes into Zerubbabel, Zechariah the prophet, excuse me.
That's right.
And Zerubbabel the high priest. Is that correct?
No, Zerubbabel, no, the high priest was Josiah.
Josiah, okay, Salakia, yeah.
Or Joshua, no. You know, let me pull it up.
Yeah, we can go to the chapter, but it's just, what it's really saying is, if you want to understand that the foundation, the Lord set it up, and He brought it up again through Abba Bivens and these men. So, and if you go, when you go forward into the future past from Abba Bivens, you see this. That's what we're saying. That's what the scriptures are saying. Okay? Oh. That's what the scriptures are saying. So for you young men, you need to understand, it's good to know the history of the scriptures in regards to how and what Zechariah chapter 4 is saying, because that's how the church is run, so to speak. Right? If I could use that word. Use that word? Right? How the Lord set up the movement, how the Lord set up the great millstone to this point. Because it's the great millstone that's carrying on the work that the Lord set up. That's the point. Okay? So when you read Zechariah 4, the two olive trees, you'll see the same thing. When you link it with the book of Revelation, and it's talking about Revelation chapter 4, as a matter of fact, that also 4 and 5 also links with Zechariah. Okay, so it's important to understand the history. So we'll bring it up from time to time in the spirit. about the elders and the apostles before the apostle Tahar and so forth like that. They'll talk about them. So you brothers need to watch those videos and
If you
just
get a
acclimated,
chance.
when you get a chance in the spirit to get acclimated with it. All right?
So back in Revelation 17.
Yeah, go to verse 10, I think, after the Mystery Babylon verse.
Yeah, okay. So it says, verse 7, it says, And the angel said unto me, Wherefore dost thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest and is not shall ascend out of the bottomless pit,
Out of Europe.
and go into perdition, destruction.
Wickedness, man, destruction.
And it says, And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. So this is important, man, because when this destruction comes upon America, it's funny, the scripture's saying that people are going to wonder in their spirit, are they going to be saved?
And whose name should
Well,
we
that's
call?
what it means by
Yeah.
when it says that.
Okay.
Because, right, it's saying, it says,
What verse you're at?
verse 8, in the middle of it. And it says, And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world. Because there's an elect. There's people who are chosen who, from the beginning of time, that were meant to be saved no matter what.
First fruits.
The first fruits. But it's funny because when destruction comes, people in their spirit are going to wonder if they're of the elect. But yet they reject the truth.
And the Christians, man, right? The Christians, they think, like, hey, you think I'm gonna be saved? Not one Christian, man. If you're under the vibration of a Christian, you're not gonna make it.
The Christian.
You're not gonna make
Christian.
it. You're saying I'm a Christian, Jesus Christ, I'm a Christian. No.
Plantation Christianity.
Yeah, plantation Christianity. And it says, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is, and if I'm not mistaken, I was talking about 3 different time periods. If I'm not mistaken. 3 different time periods.
Like the
He was in Rome,
Yeah.
and he fell to the bottom of the spit, and now he is now, right? Same people, man. Done.
Egypt.
I think on all those kingdoms, Egypt, Grecia, Rome, Assyrians, all those kingdoms, he took all those madness and brought it here, right?
One cup. And verse 9, And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
7 governments, right? And America is, I think NATO headquarters is actually in America.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, kind of.
That's why they call it the G20 Summit.
Yeah.
The summit is the top of the mountain, right? So that's all the mountains meeting together and talking about their plans to take down the Israelites.
And here is, verse 10. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So in the time the angel's breaking this down to him, and it's talking about now, right? Because it says, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, so the kingdoms before.
have fallen.
Right? And 1 is, and the other is not yet come. So it's talking about America coming now.
So yeah, so they're saying the 1 is, which is America right now, or this one?
Well, in his time,
Okay.
it's the time frame. You gotta go with the time frame. In his time, Rome was ruling. So that's the one that is. But in today, when we read the scripture now, that's talking about, because when it says, and is not,
Yeah, come.
no, on the mountain of 7 sins. Okay, yeah, kind of says, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space, and the other is not yet come. So at the time, he's talking about America. It didn't come yet,
Oh,
because
okay,
that's a couple thousand years ago, right? And then it says,
there you go.
and when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So their kingdom is only going to rule for so long, a short time.
Yeah, they're in the toenails. Esau, you're in the toenails, and we can see. Hey, listen, man. We have Yahweh Shem Yeshua in the spirit. We see great signs of prophecy fulfilling. Okay, specifically, we see the desperation. We see the desperation of Esau.